The sterile hum of the ventilator filled the room at 3:12 a.m. In New York's Presbyterian Hospital, where the rheumatoid arthritis had me pinned down like a prisoner in my own body. I was Emily Voss, 32. Founder of Nexus Innovations, a tech startup revolutionizing AI-driven health diagnostics, and right then, I was supposed to be out cold from the cocktail of painkillers and anti-inflammatories pumping through my veins. But the fog in my mind cleared just enough for me to hear them. My fiancé, Nathan, and my younger sister, Lydia. Their voices, low and conspiratorial, like thieves dividing spoils in the dead of night. She's been fighting this for years. Nathan, Lydia murmured, her tone laced with that false sympathy she'd perfected since we were kids. You deserve a partner who can keep up, someone who doesn't cancel trips because of flare-ups, who can give you a family without all the risks. I kept my eyes shut, my body limp. But inside, a storm was brewing. The arthritis had taught me endurance, how to mask agony behind a smile, how to push through swollen joints and endless fatigue. Now, it was schooling me in betrayal. Nathan sighed, the chair creaking as he leaned closer to my bed. I could smell his cologne, the one I'd bought him for our anniversary. I know, but leaving her now, with this episode, it feels wrong. Lydia's heels clicked softly on the linoleum as she moved nearer. You're not leaving, you're choosing to live. Look at her, hooked up to machines again. The docs say these flares could hit every few months. Is this your future? Hospital vigils in your prime. My fists wanted to ball up, but I forced them still. Nexus was my baby, built from late-night coding sessions between infusions, turning my personal hell into algorithms that could predict autoimmune crises before they struck. And now, they were circling it like vultures. She can't even lead the company right anymore, Lydia pressed on. All those innovative patents gathering dust while she's sidelined. Nexus needs a steady hand like yours. The mattress dipped as Nathan sat beside me, his fingers brushing mine in what felt like mockery. The IP is worth a fortune, he whispered. She gave me full access for emergencies. Lydia's voice dropped even lower. Exactly. She trusts you. Safeguarding assets could mean reallocating them. Temporarily. Nathan hesitated. But Lydia cut in sharp. It's practical. She's too fragile to be a spouse. Too unreliable as a CEO. We're helping her. Then came the silence, broken by the soft smack of lips a kiss. Right there. Sealing their pact over my foredrip. I love you, Nathan breathed. And it wasn't for me. The words landed like shards of glass in my chest. They lingered another 15 minutes. Plotting in whispers, a clean breakup post-discharge. Lydia as the doting sister. A buffer before going public. Civilized. Calculated cruelty. When they finally left, I stayed motionless for an hour, letting the nurses assume the sedatives had me under. But clarity burned through the haze. The arthritis had stripped me of so much easy days, spontaneous joys, but it had forged resilience. They'd mistaken my silence for surrender. The pain meds dulled the physical ache, but a sharper fire ignited purpose. Cold and unyielding. I wouldn't lash out with tears or screams. No. I'd dismantle them with precision, using the very tools they'd tried to steal. Betrayal wasn't new from Lydia. She'd been poaching pieces of my life since childhood. I was 10 when the joint pain started. Fevers that kept me bedridden while she shone at soccer tournaments. By 14, the swelling made holding a laptop a battle, but I coded my first app anyway, winning a national hackathon. Don't overdo it, Mom always cautioned, her worry laced with doubt. We have to be realistic about your limits. Those limits didn't stop me from graduating magna cum laude from Stanford at 20, or earning my master's in AI at 25. But every milestone was eclipsed by Lydia's dramas. The day I launched Nexus's beta, she announced her influencer gig with a major beauty brand. Guess whose party we celebrated? Emily's so tough, Dad would say to friends. Pity dripping like honey. Pushing through despite everything. Good thing Lydia is around to help. Help? Lydia. Who never showed up during my infusions unless she needed cash. Who borrowed 20 grand for her content creation setup and ghosted repayment. Who turned my grad ceremony into her sob story about a failed audition. Stealing the spotlight. In hindsight, the pattern screamed entitlement. When I bootstrapped Nexus at 27, scraping together seed money from gigs and a small trust from Grandpa, my parents balked. Why risk it all on tech dreams? Mom asked. Focus on your health. But Lydia's vlog channel? That deserved funding. Lydia was vibrant, unburdened, worthy. Nathan entered the picture at a Silicon Valley conference where I demoed Nexus's predictive AI. Charming. Ambitious, a venture capitalist who seemed to see my vision, not my vulnerabilities. I'd been so desperate for that validation. I ignored the red flags. Your sister's man is killing it, Dad beamed after meeting him. Lydia. You need someone like that. Months later. She ensured she got him family brunches where she'd dominate. Emergencies, pulling him away when I was too drained to argue. Lingering glances I dismissed as fatigue-fueled paranoia. You're overthinking, Nathan soothed. Your condition makes you insecure sometimes. Classic deflection. Wrapped in faux care. The cruelest twist? They'd weaponize my trust. Every shared password. Every vulnerable confession. Turned against me. But they'd overlooked the strategist arthritis had molded. Limited energy meant ruthless efficiency. Unpredictable flares demanded backups. Years of being underestimated? That bred invisible power. They saw weakness. I saw opportunity. In the pre-dawn quiet, I dialed Marcus Kane at 4:45 a.m. from my hospital bed. Marcus, a tech titan who'd built Kane Dynamics into a powerhouse, answered alert. Insomnia was his edge. Emily? What's happened? Activate our contingency, I whispered. Voice steady despite the ache. IP breach protocol. He paused. You're sure? Logs show unauthorized access, multiple hits over months. I'd checked from my phone after they left. Nathan's digital trail littered the servers, algorithms, data models, investor decks. Insider job. Nathan, Marcus stated flatly. Suspected. He's been floating similar AI concepts through back channels. Hoped I was wrong. Grandpa had connected us when I was 17. During a brutal flare. He'd mentored Marcus in the 80s, backing a young innovator against odds. That loyalty extended to me. Your work's vital, he'd said at Nexus's launch. Threats? Call anytime. Now. I was cashing in. Your AI could transform diagnostics worldwide, I said. Can't let them gut it. Won't happen. Legal's on due diligence. Kane Dynamics wants full acquisition, protects everything. Valuation? North of $450 million. Easy. Board chair's your grandpa's old golf buddy. He's tracked your progress. The figure hit like adrenaline. All those parental dismissals, pipe dreams, focus on wellness. Announce it big, I insisted. Dramatic. 6 weeks, their engagement bash. Marcus chuckled darkly. Going for the kill shot. Got it. When and where? I'll send details. And, Marcus, I'm documenting. Recordings too. New York's one-party consent in medical spots. Smart. Send to my secure line. We'll prep quietly. Strike loud. Hanging up. I stared at the ceiling tiles. 6 weeks to rebuild strength. Plot their downfall. The rage fueled me better than steroids through PT. Med tweaks. Feigned recovery. They'd learned survival wasn't weakness, it was a blade honed sharp. The invite arrived 5 weeks post-discharge. Via courier at 10:58 a.m. Ivory stock. Silver foil, Lydia's flashy taste. Mr. and Mrs. Robert Voss request your presence at the engagement of Lydia Rose Voss and Nathan James Reed. Saturday, June 22nd, 7 p.m. The Empire Lounge. Mom's note, sweetie. Tough as this is. Family's family. Show we're all good. Love. Mom. P.S. Seat near the lounge for if you need a break. Near the lounge, like I was the invalid sideshow. I texted Marcus, June 22nd. Empire Lounge. 7 p.m. Perfect. Our board guy's a member. How are you? Sharper daily. Truth, fury drove the grind. Masking the rebuild while engineering their end. Your team's dug deep, Marcus updated later. Nathan's not just accessing, he's peddling tweaked versions to rivals, like TechMed Solutions. My grip tightened. TechMed. Who'd lowballed me years back? Criminal. Fed level. IP theft in health tech? FBI's circling. I signed papers next day. Evidence stacking, logs. Recordings. Timelines. FBI chats stayed clinical. My facade intact, the healing X. Not the Avenger. Nathan called thrice. Voicemails dripped in sincerity. Checking in. Hope you're okay. Lydia visited. Faux tears and lattes. Sorry it went this way. She clutched my hand. But love's love. Right? You're still sis. Sure, I poured coffee in Grandpa's mugs. Be happy. She left smug. Clueless. 2 weeks blurred, docs sealed. Feds briefed. I prepped in the mirror poise. Power. The black dress waited. Bought for a skipped summit due to pain. Now. It'd be armor. Empire Lounge shimmered at 7:18 p.m. As I arrived. Valet eyeing me curiously. Cocktail chatter buzzed. Jazz floated. Emily? Aunt Clara gasped. You're here. Wouldn't miss Lydia's night. Whispers rippled. The dumped sister. Brave face. I mingled. Champagne in hand. Nods to kin who mixed pity with awe. Mom appeared. Tense, you came. Need to rest? Fine. Mom. Lydia looks radiant. Across the room. Lydia in ivory. Nathan suited, picture of pilfered bliss. They approached. Unified. So glad, Lydia squeezed. Her ring, Grandpa's heirloom, flashing. Means the world. Family first, I echoed. Grip firm. Excited for announcements? Nathan faltered, announcements. Your engagement. Unless more. Uneasy glances, likely his big news with stolen goods. Dad took the mic, thrilled for Lydia and Nathan. Paths to love twist. But we're welcoming him. Toasts prepped. Then, Nathan's got pro news too. Nathan beamed, joining TechMed as VP. Heading AI diagnostics. Game-changing autoimmune tech. Eyes darted to me, I raised glass. Brilliant. Your original, work'll shine. He reddened. Phone check, 7:55. Showtime. Marcus entered. Lawyers in tow. Parting the crowd like Moses. Robert, Marcus nodded to Dad. Mic in hand. Apologies. But family timing. Mom bristled. Marcus? Why? Backing Emily. He scanned. Emily. Join. I ascended. Nathan paling. Lydia gripping. Kane Dynamics acquired Nexus Innovations, Dr. Emily Voss's AI health pioneer, for $450 million. Largest woman-led tech buy in the Northeast. Stunned hush. Impossible, Nathan blurted. Emily couldn't what? A lawyer advanced. Build an empire amid illness? Or without you? Marcus, wise discretion. Given his thefts. What? Lydia shrieked. Lawyer, Nathan sold altered Nexus IP to TechMed, accessed via emergency codes. Murmurs turned scandalous. Lies. Nathan surged. My developments. March 18th. 1:32 a.m. From her hospital. Logs flashed. FBI entered. Nathan Reed. Arrested for IP theft. Espionage. Fraud. Lydia wailed. Emily. Stop this. I turned. Only mistake was trusting you. Dad stammered. For $150 million? You never said. You never believed. Mom, we protected you. You favored Lydia. Facing the room, built Nexus in pain. Patented amid hospitalizations. Helps millions. Despite doubts. Lydia alone. Mascara streaked. You orchestrated. You showed yourselves. Marcus, we have a future to build. I exited amid chaos. Tipping valet lavishly. Freedom tasted sweet. The fallout hit like dominoes. TechMed axed Nathan mid-arrest. Investors fled Lydia's brand. You knew, one backer accused. Mom defended. Victim. A friend scoffed. Stealing a sick sister's man? Society's math. Exposure unforgivable. Dad's firm grilled. Poor judgment. Lydia cornered me. Parents said you were weak. Room silenced. Family's doubt exposed. Invites poured. Speeches. Features. Lydia begged. Fix it. Build your own. Thief. Security ushered them out. Marcus. Flawless. Driving home. Reflection showed a warrior. Phone ring. Lydia. Sis? Heard it all in hospital. Your kiss. Plans. Silence. Goodbye. Blocked. Tomorrow. New era. Tonight. Victory. Hard won. No illusions. They saw sickness. I wielded strength. Too sick for their games? Damn right, I was destined for empires.